The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
All right, listen. Last time anybody been to L.A.? Have anybody been to L.A.?
Yeah,
Not since the Bronco.
Oh, I've been there maybe about
And then
5.
brought the
I don't
Bronco
know.
back out.
I went to
Yeah,
LA.
they made it famous.
Yeah, my last relationship ended when I got back, so I don't know. It was.
Uh-oh.
It's been a couple years.
It's been a minute.
What kind of regrets do you got?
Regrets do you got going? Have y'all seen the video or the post or the what was trending for a minute where O.J. Simpson said that he was afraid to be in L.A. or go to L.A. because the real killer might be out there.
To live and die in LA.
I was just thinking
It's
that. That song popped in my head.
that man knows his truth, okay?
Well, let's ask this question first. If you want to, what's your take on the whole O.J. murder situation?
You know, I was a kid and I actually sat there and watched that whole, I watched the whole trial. You know, I was home from school and I watched the whole trial. It was history.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that man did it or not. I cannot conclude. I don't know if OJ did it or if OJ didn't do it. That man knows his truth and he done told y'all the real killers out there. So that's all I got.
He said, don't go to
And
L.A.
he said, don't go to L.A. And if he's keeping up his front, it's good. Because it's been some years. How long ago was that
About 20
trial?
years.
That was
20
early
something.
That was in '99. I mean
Yeah,
the '90s.
late
I mean,
90s,
yeah.
late 90s.
That was in the '90s.
That is
right
the
now.
trial of the
Of the
century.
century.
Literally,
Of
it
century.
was.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
For me, yeah, you're right. He knows it's true. It's like the killer's out there. Was he in L.A. when he said it?
No, because all the
My bad,
captions and
my
stuff
bad.
are saying that he won't go.
He won't go.
Because I think he
He's
posted
in Miami.
up in Florida.
Florida,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. I was
So,
gonna say now
I
if he
mean-
was saying that and he was
He'll-
in L.A.
Now I'm out here.
Yeah. I'm out here, you know, the
I'm
killer's
just
out here.
saying. Are we live? Okay.
naked gun type joint. You know
I know what you're thinking.
But I hadn't heard
thinking.
that. But those who are able to reach and touch can reach and touch even in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
But there may be a greater chance because of everybody has hubs, home hubs, right? So whatever's in LA do not have permission to cross into Florida to do what may or may not want to be done. Right.
Explain.
It's okay.
Or expound
so
just a bit.
Let me just keep it California based.
Right.
In
The
California,
green
you have several gangs, right? You got red, blues, yellows, and
Okay,
whites.
yeah.
Right. The reds know that in a certain territory, if they cross over into a blue, it's gonna be something. Right.
Right,
It's
gotcha.
territorial. You know, like, hey, man.
95, 94, 95, 94.
Jeez, it been that long.
Yeah.
So from First Ave
might
to
be a little bit
17th
before,
Ave.
go on.
From Creek B to Creek D, that's us,
Yeah.
right? We shouldn't have to spray paint red or our color along these lines. It's just understood, right? So if blue crosses over into that domain, it's like another lion crossing into another lion's pride. That territory, it's been marked off.
Right.
Right. So if OJ is saying that the real situation might be there, he knows where that line. He may or may not know where that line is that they can't cross without some type of permission.
Oh, hold on. I'm a little confused.
That I don't think.
And
that
I don't
was
know
a
if it's
one-man
going to
job.
confuse. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
that's what
There
I
we
was
go.
opposite over here like, huh?
No, like
I was trying to figure out articulate like, yeah.
I don't
was
think
like,
that was a one-man job.
that thing went.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Now,
a
that
one-man
man speaking
job.
in parables.
I'm trying to keep it, But I
Well,
don't-
nah, we'll say it though, because you know what I mean?
that wasn't a one-man.
So you saying it was not a
I'm with
one
you
man
now,
situation?
okay, now.
Now, when
One
you
man
say it was
could not do all that.
when you
No,
say,
man.
when you say it was not a one man's job,
That was professional.
or
was
you
prof-
saying that
yeah,
it was
yeah.
that one man plus OJ, or are you saying
Could be.
a one man plus
Because
another?
every job has a supervisor.
Oh,
what I
And some
need you to do.
Some managers like to micromanage.
oh.
And the hush goes over the crowd.
Right?
Like, I want to make sure it's done.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But the glove didn't fit though, Pete.
It didn't fit.
Right. It's that way.
They felt a drop of. How much blood was? I thought it was like a drop of blood on the door. Am I wrong? Was that the case situation?
All that, and that could have come from the planting. You see, what if
LAPD.
yeah. See,
Oh, that dude,
they
Freeman or Foreman, whatever that dude
It was
name
too
was.
much anxiety to
They wanted to
catch.
get him. Yeah.
It was too much anxiety.
It was one of
to
those
catch.
witch hunts.
Oh, we got him. No, you ain't got nothing because you did it wrong. And I hate to say this, and I said this, I was riding with my pastor one time. This athlete got busted for some weed, and I was like, we riding in the car, and coming from where I was coming, I was like.
The pastor did?
No.
Oh,
The
Lord.
athlete.
I don't want you telling nobody.
Right. But I'm riding with the pastor.
Church need new doorknobs.
And I said this, but this was something that I used to tell the crews, like, yo, man, check this. There's a right way to do the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In actuality, I mean, it's all wrong. But if you're gonna
go about it.
don't be wrong.
Right.
If this is the route you're going to take, I hate to say, this is not
Yeah, I'm
okay.
with you.
As my girl Una would say, this is not okay. Be smart about it. Don't you know?
Well, let me ask
So,
you.
go
Do you think he did it or not did it? Oh, not did it. Do you think he did it?
I did it.
I honestly think he knows who did it.
Yeah, that,
always thought
I
that.
kind of
That's
stand
good.
in
Whether
that
he
lane.
that's good.
paid or he knew it was happening. Because he look, man, let me keep 100 with you.
Let me talk to you, pimpin'.
Yeah, let me talk to you.
You know what I'm saying?
I might need to turn off my live first. Pastor finna keep it 100, right? If I'm paying $20,000 a month for something I ain't getting, I'm gonna have a problem with it, especially when I'm not making at least $480 a year.
Okay.
After so long, and now you really cutting me off, and I know that you got, this young boy coming through, tune-ups and, oil changes and making sure
Cleaning
your
the pool.
vehicle
Yeah.
Dipping
is
in the
maintenance
Rari.
properly, and you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm an unsaved man and not understand these principles,
Shoot, you could be saved in
yeah,
some
you could be
sense,
saved.
but
It's like,
yeah.
yo, man, like, oh, wait, what? What we doing here?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the ability for, let's just take Judas. He had the opportunity to rebuke the adversary for getting in him. Because when the Lord said, that which you must do it quickly.
Yeah.
He had a portal open for Satan to enter into him, for him to go do what he
Right.
did. But as soon as they arrested Jesus, he came back trying to get the money back.
Right.
Now he's come to his senses. You see what I'm saying? So all of us have the capability since
Yeah.
Adam's fall to do anything.
Absolutely.
Right? So I
Absolutely.
can say, man, you always talk about, I'll say if I caught something or saw something, I could say all day what I will and won't
Right.
do. But until ...
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you'll
Until
do.
presented
true.
with.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
this is
That's
my
true.
issue.
Right. This
You
where we
understand
at.
what I'm saying?
That's
This is-
true.
this is what we doing now.
Right.
You know, and my history might show up as my present. Quickly.
The old man.
Yeah, old man may be like, "What's up, partner?"
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying?
We here now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We here. You don't
You want
know.
owe me here now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So for that type of amount of money, not saying
Yeah,
it's
I'm
right
with
either
you. Yeah,
way.
yeah.
And man, look, I think the brother know who did it.
Yeah.
See, I kind of stand in that lane. Where
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
think he know who did it.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm of the. I don't think he did it because it was a little too much for one dude.
Physically?
Yeah, it was
No, I
too
don't
much.
think. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
mean, I think I'm pretty agile and probably swift with my moves, but I
And
don't think
that
I
dude was
could
like-
did it. You know what I'm saying?
and,
Especially back then when I was even younger and spry. You know
That
what I'm
guy was
saying?
like 20 years his junior.
Spunky.
Right.
You know, like nah.
Say that again.
To for nobody to not hear anything.
Yeah.
And as gruesome as those crimes were, nobody heard nothing. That sounded professional.
Very.
That sounded
Right.
professional.
Yeah.
I think it. When you look at it,
They could have been like you were saying, just don't come back to L.A.
pretty much.
You
Pretty
stay
much.
down there
That's the
wherever
line.
you're gonna stay.
That's the
But
line.
you cannot come back
Because
here
if
because you're going to mess up.
You gon-
Because one, you talk too much. You know what I'm saying?
See now
And,
the plane is
I'm
landed.
with you. Yeah,
Now
I got
the
you
plane
now.
is
I
landed.
got you now.
Yeah.
They're like, we free as long as you ain't here.
Yeah, as soon as you here, then we got to deal with this another
Yeah,
kind of
now
way.
the dust gonna start getting ruffled again.
Right.
It's
Don't come
good
back.
and settled. That's a possibility.
You hear me?
That's a good
You
take.
You hear me,
That's
Simba?
good.
That's Scar talking to Simba.
Right.
You hear me, Simba? I want to point something out to you. You know, after all that went down, Scar had big old bones, and he was picking his teeth with the bones, right? You know who that was? He was eating. Mufasa.
I have to go back and
That's so disrespectful.
dang, you know, eat the
He
man
sitting there
fall.
like,
He sure was.
yeah, that was Mufasa.
Disney
Simba
is a
run.
beast, bro.
Disney is that's funny.
Disney is
Disney
savage.
has always been savage though.
They sure have.
Straight
That was
up, they
Mufasa.
always did it in the sweetest way. But Disney
Yeah,
has
they
always
was
been
in
There
it.
wasn't
Orphans
nothing,
and
there wasn't nothing
stuff.
sweet about that.
No,
When-
man.
Making
when
people
Mufasa
orphans
went on
and
to
all that,
glory.
like Bambi.
And every
Yeah,
chick,
Bambi was-
every chick in there had to get kissed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You always had to get woken up by a kiss or saved by
Yeah,
a kiss
yeah,
or something by a
absolutely.
kiss.
Yeah.
It's love's
And that's the
kiss.
same thing.
People getting murked.
Away.
Yeah,
Stay away.
that's possible,
Well,
dude.
that's-
Stay.
That's
That-
a whole
that's-
different.
that's a good
You done brought a whole
point.
different perspective.
Yeah,
Lord,
stay
come on now.
away.
Look,
That man
bro.
ain't been back to get his.
If you
man, he
come
gave-
back
Flavor
here-
Flav got his trophy. They had his Heisman's all over. After a while, he was like, you know what? I don't want none of that. Because I
You know
got
what?
to
I'm
come
good.
back.
I'm good.
to some- you know, I got to come back.
They
The
were
house
like,
still
when
out
you
there.
bust through the door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we here.
Yeah.
We posted.
But yeah, that's a pop. You're right. That
Yeah.
that could be. That's a good view
That's a very good
to
point.
take. Yeah. 'cause-
Now you understand. There's lines.
Yeah.
No, we did it, bro.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
You good.
You good.
Now you want to stay good?
You want
Stay gone.
Stay gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay,
know
DC
what?
coming out there.
Yes, sir.
You
Let's
know
go,
what,
baby.
man?
Let's go, baby.
It's
Let's
to come out. I'm
go.
sorry,
You know what?
Uptown started happening.
Another interesting, like, what if that was meant for him and those two were just in the wrong place at the wrong time?
That's
No, that wouldn't make
I couldn't see it being the case because I mean, forget that's money bags for real.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
you know
They don't double up on the wrong
and
target.
you know the police would show up at that crib when
Anything would
Nicole
happen.
Brown
OJ.
will call
Yeah.
and then they would give him the pass every time.
Yeah.
You know that was a no according to what I've been reading and seeing and hearing people was the known thing.
Yeah.
He put his hands on her. She called. They show up and they like, come on,
bro.
man.
Yeah. But see, that's the fuel they needed to go ahead and not deal with that anymore, right? So when you're thinking about the history of, okay, we got him now.
Right.
But I think Ron, it was just supposed to be her.
I think he pulled up.
He pulled up.
Yeah, he was like,
He
gotta
left,
get
I
these
think
things
so.
over to her,
Right.
and he pulled up.
He pulled up in the midst
Yeah.
of what was going on, and now you got to
and
get
now,
it too.
sorry, bro.
No witnesses.
Yeah,
Yep, that's professional right
that's
there.
yeah.
That's you understand. Like, look at it like
Because you-
from me from the asphalt perspective, from the concrete, corners. Initially, I was like, he just at the wrong place at the wrong. Whether he was trying to come and get V'd up, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I told y'all that V deadly.
It is.
It can cost you more than that you can gain.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So.
Ain't no loving good enough to get burnt
Man,
while I'm up in it.
No,
All right.
definitely not dead. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill me, man.
Come on,
Let me
man.
live, man. Guess what? I move out of town.
Yeah, what you want me to
say
do.
Stay in Miami. I'm staying.
Say
I'm
less.
stay, baby.
Yeah,
Say less.
man.
You I'll go to nowhere, Texas, baby. Don't do that.
But one thing he's always seemed to. You remember the stand up with Chappelle when he said when he went backstage or they was in the green
yeah.
room or whatever. OJ comes in, speaking to them all and talking, and he said. When he left out, he turned to his boys like, "Man, he did that."
Everybody in there was like,
Right.
he's just too suave. Too
Yeah,
cool.
man.
Like I say, personally, I don't think he was as
The guy.
hands on than he was eyes on that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the run was
Yeah, he
just
pulled
happened
up
to
at
be
the
there.
wrong time. Yeah,
because
that's
the
possible.
kids wasn't there, right? They was with the
They
grandparents. Who wouldn't know
were
that?
gone, right?
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
Yeah.
Except for somebody that been watching or somebody that know movement, right?
Yeah.
And the guy leaving the restaurant, wink, wink, to come bring some property she had left, wink, wink. What was the conversation was he waiting on her at the restaurant? Do we have that footage? You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
there
right.
was too much in there. Like, my man was finna come, you know what? hey, old girl, y'all know who this is. I want to go and take this over to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, going to get strapped up and end up getting strapped on. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Yeah.
Gone.
So
Yeah.
gone.
So yeah, no, that's an interesting take. That he don't want to go to L.A. because
Right.
he don't want to go to L.A.
Because he don't
You know
wanna go to
you know what
LA.
I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody could be very much alive right now.
Right.
Like, bruh, as long as you don't
Waiting
come
at the
on this,
gates.
Yep.
LAX soil, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
You good. You know what I'm
Car
saying?
or nothing.
I ain't saying
you
nothing.
can't sneak in.
Yeah.
You got to hire the moving company.
Yeah, because I think he will kick up dust.
Yeah.
I think he
yeah.
will kick up
he
dust.
ain't quiet.
Yeah.
The book itself told them what they needed to know.
It says, if I did it or something like that.
Yeah.
But the if like this and all the other letters big. So
Right.
like, I did it, but the if is you know,
Real small.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
It could have been marketing, right?
Of course,
When-
it's more marketing,
of course,
but
of
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, but that let the
Mm-hmm.
people know you would talk. You would have to do tours. You would have to be such and such.
Mm-hmm.
So for what the charges you got, we're gonna have to sit you down.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to sit you. He didn't have to go to jail.
You're talking about for the
When
going
we
back
were
to get his
recovering
property.
his property and stuff.
Of course, that was
he
some
didn't
BS
have to
stuff.
go to jail.
Yeah.
He had to go to jail. He didn't have to go.
Like,
He
bro, you
had
was
to go.
causing problems.
Listen.
You can't be here.
Y'all
You
done
can't be here, period.
That's a good take, bro.
good
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a real good take. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, OJ, you enjoy your sunny FLA.
Hey man, I'll be down there
Ain't
soon.
nothing
Where you
wrong
at?
with the sun down
nothing wrong
there. You know
Ain't
what I
nothing
mean?
wrong- Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
You
Kick
know,
it.
shut up.
Right.
I'm looking over here. Look, shut up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just, ride it out, man. I mean,
Yeah.
again, I stand on the side of, I can't necessarily say he did it.
Right.
But, being the overseer of such things,
Right.
That's a high
You
probability.
made a great point.
Listen,
Yeah.
if I could cut one check at $240 instead of 12 one in a year instead of 12 of them,
Yeah.
it's a good chance I'd do it.
And there it is.
It's a good chance.
Hush money.
If I'm in that vein, that frame of mind, it's like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
240, that's 48, that's over $500,000 in 3 months.
Already.
Already in
Yeah.
3 months. So that means I'm at $2 million a year. My football pension ain't but 1.2.
Yeah, he 25,000 so a month.
Right. How I'm supposed to do this? I'm living on $5,000. I'm the juice. Tell you what, I'm finna save up.
I ain't black, I'm OJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Lovely line, love it.
Eclectic, your take? Your
I
last
mean,
take?
I think you had a perfect point. I'm standing on that. He might not. I mean, hey, I don't know. The man knows his truth. That's my only take on it.
Yeah.
The man knows his truth.
Deke?
I've always thought that physically he couldn't have
Couldn't
done
physically
that.
do it, yeah.
But he probably knows who did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B?
Hey man, God don't sleep or slumber. I don't know, I wasn't there. Just coming from where I come from and knowing some of the stuff, I was quiet, dude. And if I were to do some stuff like that, I knew I couldn't get my hands dirty with it. Some stuff I got my hands dirty, some stuff I just didn't. This
Right.
would be one of them ones where I knew I would be a primary target, and so I wouldn't move like that.
Right.
Bless God, you know what I'm saying? But God knows truth, and at the end we might all see the film.
You right about that?
You
there
know
could
what I
be
mean?
some footage somewhere.
Yeah, everybody's got a movie.
There's some footage somewhere.
Everybody's got a movie. We're living the trailer.
Yeah.
All the most important points of life will be highlighted. You know, the trailer. You know, the actual full length movie, which. When they say you're getting ready to die, how your life
Man,
flashes before your
before
eyes, and
you,
it just
yeah.
seems like it's so quick. That's exactly how quick.
I
That's
like
how
a good
fast life is.
documentary.
Shoot, I be laying in the bed like when you sick, you like, come on, man. Then you
Right.
feel like, man, this is just too much. Like,
Yeah.
this ain't right.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is too sick.
Right.
And all of a sudden you start thinking on things.
Yeah,
Right.
Like, I ain't even go to the mountain like I wanted to.
Yeah.
Go.
Right.
You start thinking about things.
Yeah.
You know, you
Like
look
a
at it
dude on
different.
the cross next to Jesus. Man, I messed up.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Hey, look here, man.
You don't do nothing else.
I mean, I'm hoping that, hey, man, shut up. This dude ain't do nothing.
Right.
He up
Yeah.
here,
Man,
we
he up here
here
with us. You
with
know what I'm
us.
saying? You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
man, like, I'm banking on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if they did that to you and I deserve this, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? hey, remember me.
Right.
That's all I'm
Fingers
saying.
crossed. Get it.
Yeah,
You know, wink, wink. You know
Wink,
what I'm saying?
wink.
See you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
Yeah. Beautiful
That's
thing,
what's
man.
up.
Beautiful.
All right, so listen. All right, listen. We kind of just mentioned it a moment ago, Sean, that Facebook
Yes.
had muted you for mentioning the word vid,
Yeah. Do that.
Rona, and
Yeah.
Roro.
The Roro.
And so maybe that's what we're going to refer to it.
And the vacate.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
the is Vaxxer, is that a...
Yeah, that's good.
Man, it worked.
So, I don't even know if that should be asking pro or con. Vac.
Yeah.
The V.
Imagination.
Right.
the V.
The V.
The V. Thank you.
The V.
You pro or con?
I'm pro. I'm vaccinated. Oh, V'd it. Y'all
I've been V'd
No,
up.
don't y'all mute us. I've been V'd up.
Yeah, I've been V'd up.
What's your take?
I'm either way, whatever suits you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As for me, I'm pro if you pro. You know what I mean? And I'm con if you're not. So it's just individual. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
It's individual.
Do you think, Deke?
D.
What?
Pro or con?
you pro or
with it,
con?
you not?
It's
Feel how you feel, bro.
I don't want to get muted.
He's called Kevin.
Are you for the V or not for the V? But that don't even sound
you
right.
a
God,
veer?
this
You a
is not
veer?
sounding right now.
Yeah,
I'm
Deke,
for the
are
V
you
now.
For the V now. It's all about the V now.
Deke, are you for the V?
I'm for
Well,
the
that means he's pro.
I'm done with y'all for today.
Because the P is free. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lord.
The crack costs money. The crack costs money. That is too funny. Yeah, you know the problem. I don't know if it's my problem, but I guess it would be the issue that I have. It's not whether you are P or C. I don't care which one you are.
Right.
The problem for me is you guys will get out there and fight.
That's
over
what
what
I
you
was
are.
going, yeah.
You will literally go out there
Right.
and fight.
How dare you?
Yeah. How come you want to be safe?
First, it was
You're
about
taking our First Amendment.
First, it was about why aren't you? Why are you not wearing
Why are
a
you
mask?
not wearing a mask?
And I don't want to wear a mask now. You can't make me. And
Right,
now
right.
it's C or P now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
crazy.
the thing is, it creates about what Trump being in office did, right? It's an
They coming to get us, boy. They coming to get us.
It's an automatic division.
Vision, yep.
It's going to be automatic. It's just like the mask. People that say, "Man, wear your mask." People say, "I don't want to wear a mask."
Right.
That is a choice, right? People that say, "Yeah, everybody should be vaccinated." I don't want to be vaccinated.
Right.
Feed up. You know,
Yeah.
that's a choice.
Right. Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Now,
Until they make it mandatory.
Until they make it mandatory.
Right.
Now there's a much deeper discussion.
Right.
Okay.
Well, go deep.
So, like, you remember Ice-T said back in the day, freedom of speech, just watch what you say.
Let's watch what you say.
You remember that song? That was one of, out of all
I don't know,
the
but I
IT
like the line.
songs. Yeah, he's like, freedom of speech. Yeah, but just watch what you say. You know, this was like late 80s.
Which
something
one was
like
this?
that.
America's
What,
Most
body
Wanted?
count?
I think that's the one with Darlene on the front of the cover.
Oh, I went Ice Cube. You said Ice
You
Cube.
said,
My
I
bad,
thought you
my
were,
bad, my
I was going to
bad.
let you slide.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
No, I'm glad.
Maybe
Correct
they,
me if I'm wrong.
maybe they didn't hear. Maybe they didn't hear.
That was I believe that was Power. The album was
Oh,
was it
yeah.
Power, the
She had
album?
the shotty behind her. Yeah, well, she
Yeah,
had the shotty.
yeah,
That
yeah,
one,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that one. So you know, you have to take it into the proper perspective.
Right.
What does it mean for you? You see what I'm saying? Because somebody asked me, it was a woman. She, you know, so have you been
V'd up.
V'd up? And I was like, so are you like on birth control? She was offended.
Never.
She was offended.
How dare you?
It's the same question. You know, I'm being safe from something. You being safe. You understand what I'm saying? But again, perspective.
Right.
The perspective is, well, this is something that's going to keep me safe.
Well, I'll say this: it's the same. It would be in the same perspective if you were getting ready to have intercourse with this young lady, but
Right.
because the birth
Relation.
control won't affect you as the vaccine will affect you. If I'm walking around and I'm in your vicinity and we 6 feet and we in close proximity. So if you can give me COVID, but unless we are having intercourse, you can't give me a baby if I don't have birth control. So there's a kind of a difference when it goes there.
But this was in a professional environment.
But I got you. No, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, now here's a violation.
Because that's now a conversation.
It is.
It's
You know what I
crazy
mean?
that that's a
It
conversation.
is.
No, it's
normal.
Hey, give me your reasons for, and I'll give you my reasons why not. Or however that conversation is. Because once you start digging into allowing for your opinion to matter or be forced on everybody else,
That's the thing.
Now you're doing what the government has been trying to do for a minute. Y'all don't mute this. Facebook, please don't mute this. I'm just speaking. This is my man's show. Oh, this is my live, so you straight. Oh, no, we still going.
Yeah. At some point,
Y'all don't do that.
Relax.
Yo, I'll take the nails. But
It's just conversation. Like
we just talking. We just talking.
Y'all flies on the wall.
Yeah.
Can you imagine now it was already having the pressure on you to go out and date. You got this little checklist in your head. You trying to get to know the person. Like all of a sudden now there's another box you got to check off.
Look, now you remember how you used to sit like here or here or here or here. Now you sit like here and
6
here.
feet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ain't no more Last Supper type of gathering.
Yeah.
She said,
Exactly.
How's
she
the
said,
salad?
now your feed is starting to be interrupted.
Yeah. You gotta be beat up.
Yeah, you gotta be beat up.
You gotta say beat up.
Yeah.
And I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence.
Beat up.
I'm beat up,
I'm
on the fence. Because now we're on the third booster shot. Now we're on the third shot. Then you get a booster shot for those with lower. Yeah, so those with like a lower immune health.
Oh,
and so that's already out right now. So it just makes me think. I don't know. I guess I have it, but there's people who are dying who have it.
Absolutely.
But,
Absolutely.
But and again, man, I think that when we or scientists attempt to play what we have been trying to play for all of our lives, which is God.
G-O-D.
Like I'm in control of my own situation here. I can live hedonistically, or everybody does what's right in their own eyes. That's the end of Judges, right? How there was no king, there was no ruler, so everybody did what was right in their eyes.
Point
right?
themselves.
Pointed themselves. So once you start allowing for, because I know of family members, like spouses, that are at odds because this and that.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
That is crazy.
Like, I know God
that's dividing a family like if mom and dad divorced.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like, well, why would you? Well, why would you?
Yeah.
And this whole little thing that they're about to do this instead of coming together. You understand what I'm saying? Now, why would now here's the thing for me. A conversation should have been had.
Absolutely.
Hey, babe.
Yeah, that's communication.
I'm really thinking about this. What are your thoughts? Now I ain't just gonna run off on my lunch break,
Right.
and go do something.
Come back with the card.
And come back with the cards.
Yeah.
Like you ain't getting no, you
Man,
ain't
the
getting
boo
beat
boo.
up. Yeah, you ain't getting beat up. You know what I mean? What you mean, babe? What you
No
mean?
V, no
What you
V.
mean? No
You know
V,
what I'm
no V. You know what I mean? So, but it's causing a serious division in the country because of opposing views and opinions about what's what. You understand what I'm saying? So,
what's what though?
who do you, I wasn't in the labs.
They're like
There you
this.
go.
Right.
You know, I take sore arms and all that little
Yeah,
sneezy
yeah,
and a little this and
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? But I got to keep every 3 to 6 months. Now I'm uncomfortable. Now my time is being.
But here's what I'll say about the vaccine. What made me go ahead and get it. I prayed about
V?
it. 'Cause I was on the V. What made me go ahead and get it. I was on the fence. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I've had COVID before. So, but I still was on the fence about it. I was like, I don't know about this. But I was just practical about it. We've been getting vaccines for years. Forever. I'm not a big flu vaccine person. I don't go get the flu vaccine every year or whatever. And so it's practical. We've had to get vaccines to go back to school. Kids have had to get vaccinated.
Right.
Our parents have had booster
In
shots.
order to
It's
go
been
to
like this
school.
is not the first vaccine in history. So that's what made me just be practical about it. Say, okay, I know nobody wants to have COVID again if you've had it before. So I figured, okay, I get the vaccine. If I do get COVID again, it's going to be a milder version of COVID. I'm not going to experience COVID like I did. Now, I still call that a mild experience because I'm still here. And that's people who are not here. So I'm thankful for that. But so, I mean, that's what made me get it. But I'm not mad at somebody who's not getting it. I'm like, you don't get the COVID. You not my friend. Like, that's not me. And there's some people who are extreme on both ends. I've seen clips of pastors telling everybody in their church to take their mask off. Now, hold on. Like, you trying to make me get to heaven sooner than I
had said that?
I would like, no, hold on.
You finna make boy take the glasses off.
No, hold on.
I saw that.
Yes.
And I was just sitting there like,
And what they do like this?
yeah, people was taking it off.
That's when I put my church friend.
If you don't take it off, you don't trust God.
Basically. Now, last I heard said you don't want to test it.
You do know I take Tylenol when I get a headache, right?
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And God gonna heal you, boy.
And guess what? Pastor probably do too.
Yeah,
he does. He take for him.
I saw that.
Say the wine good for your stomach.
And then there was one church where if you don't have a shoulder proof of vaccination, that you couldn't be in the praise and worship team.
On the team?
On the praise and worship team. You couldn't praise and worship corporately like that at all if you didn't show them
in
the service.
The congregation altogether or just on the praise team?
In the praise and worship team or the choir.
Wow.
So you had to show.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That one I will understand. The only reason I understand that is because when you're singing on a mic, you spitting.
Yeah,
like
you
we
are.
spitting right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
true
you're
that.
spitting
Thank
a
God for
lot.
the
So as
bonnets.
performers, you spitting on each other. So if you spitting on me,
Yeah.
and then I gotta take. And it's the thing about COVID is it's so easy to spread.
Yeah, of course.
Like
Absolutely.
it is so it takes one person who you spitting next to, and then y'all spitting next to me, and then I took it home to my family. And I took it home. I'm gonna see my grandma. My grandma 87 with heart failure, and there she gone. So what I'm saying, I understand that. Being in the full worship service, no. I mean, you could six feet apart, whatever, vaccinated, non-vaccinated. And close, it's just the proximity part of it. It's so easy to spread.
But that's the reason why, in order, I think, for them to actually do away with, which honestly, nobody's really talking about the common cold anymore.
No.
It's not talking about
But what is
shots
that?
and stuff. Right, what is that?
Yeah.
We graduated.
You scared to get one.
Yeah, we upstairs.
You cough for somebody like,
Yeah, exactly.
no, you get cough
Get
is
out.
not
Get out.
Exactly. Everything's unacceptable.
Yes,
Right.
you're right.
Everything is unacceptable. That's normal. You know what I mean? You can get a gnat that fly in the wrong pipe down your throat just from talking to you.
Yeah.
That's why I hate coming down this little southern little town.
Oh, my man.
Man, get me out of this country.
Hick town.
Flying in my mouth.
Oh, that is too funny.
I bet you he's high value to me.
That's like the first one of my
That's
first
my
viral
video, right?
right there.
Hey, that's my pick me up. When I'm feeling down, I go to this video, bro.
See that link, bro.
Oh, that is like one of the first virals.
And
They play that joint to this day.
there's some, but you felt him, right? There's some stuff that I got saved under encourage
funny.
me, and they ain't got nothing to do with the Bible.
Right.
It's just I just go to that,
He
and
was
I'm
so
like,
professional until that point.
right? He was like, well, something.
That thing said,
Sure.
man, his whole
That was
everything
that's a
about that
classic.
brother changed.
That's classic.
The brother came out.
Man, he was going
Oh, that's
in at that
classic
point.
right there.
Yeah. All right. Well, final take. What's your final take?
I say, man, if you're a person of faith, pray about it, see what God leads you. I say, even if you feel comfortable with it, get it. I just say for the sake of others, especially if you have a healthy immune system and those around you do not. Actually, the majority of people, the high fatality rates are those who do not have the COVID vaccine right about now. So I say, like, if you feel comfortable getting it, get it. If you don't feel comfortable getting it, wear your mask, but don't give it to me. That's what I say. But I'm not on the. I'm not gonna. I'm just not on. I'm not gonna have to argue with somebody. You need to get the vaccine because that's your prerogative. I'm not gonna say you yay or nay. Honestly, at the end of the day.
I just say, do you?
Yeah.
Whatever you feel like is like she said, you pray about it. If the God you serve said go, go. If he said you don't need it, you better be glad. You better hope you hearing the God of your, the real God.
The real God.
The mother was be sitting on that. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. we the resurrected prophets of Baal. You know what I mean? We the ones Elijah done killed. You know what
Right.
I mean? We them boys. Don't. Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
They say you keep living like you ain't no God. You better hope you're right.
Ooh, that's what I.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man.
whatever God you serve, hopefully you serve the one true God, the one that never lies and can speak to His people. You talk with Him and whatever He says for you, because He might say something for you as a believer, and He might tell me something different.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So, do what your God say.
Absolutely.
Mr. Dirty.
It's on the individual. I agree with eclectic. Pray on it.
Yeah.
Don't be.
Oh.
Don't. I feel like you shouldn't be you shouldn't be bullied into not doing or bullied into doing. Just
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't like nobody making me do
Me
nothing.
either.
Yeah,
Me.
bruh.
My job said be there at 8 o'clock. I gave them the Lauryn Hill look. Like for what? What's gonna happen at 8?
Every
let me know when I get there.
That ain't gonna happen at 8:30 or 9.
Feel me in.
Maybe 10:30.
Right.
You come into work with a McDonald's
We
bag.
can still get her done. You see?
I'm so done.
Y'all ready?
Right. Let's get started.
Who all there?
Wait, 4:59.
Right.
Oh,
We can
God.
do this in a minute now.
Who all there?
Right, who all there, right? Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know if this thing is gonna. I always call it the invisible bully because we don't know what the heck.
We don't know.
But I don't know
Swinging
if
in the air.
the powers that be are going to start funneling us or channeling us into one direction to where if you do, you good, and if you don't, good luck.
No,
And
no,
I'm talking-
it is coming to that. Sorry.
I'm talking about in terms of we're gonna figure out ways to
Your
cut you
livelihood.
off from things.
No,
We're gonna
that
cut
is.
you off
No,
from
they
your
already started.
livelihood.
That's
You
already
get what I'm
started. It's
saying?
already started.
It's already
can't-
started.
You can't now go see your grandmama or your mom in DC because you can't travel.
Right.
It's
You
already
can't
started.
go to work
Right.
because
It's already
we
started.
can't let you in the building
That's
because you not V'd up. So it's gonna cut you from your livelihood.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be a lot of people relying on subsidies and all kind of
extras
to do what you got to do
what
to
you gotta do.
live.
Right.
So
Right.
again, I agree.
The people
Talk to God.
Yeah.
Talk to your God.
Talk to your God.
The
You
true
want the
wise living
stimulus?
God.
Yeah.
And
I talked to the one
Stimulus get
that told the people to throw Jonah off the side of the boat. That's the one I talked
Yeah.
to. He'd do some wild stuff to get some attention. Boy was like, I don't want to go over there. Just throw me on the side of the boat.
like,
It's my God. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all about to die
My
because I'm
bad.
stupid.
Right?
bad.
Y'all about to die because I'm my bad.
It's
Just
all
toss
me.
me
My
over.
bad.
it's all me.
It's all me.
You know what I'm saying?
It's me, not you.
Like, I don't know what he did.
Right.
But throw him on. Throw him over.
They like, all right.
That's what's up. I guess yeah. So we'll start with the first one.
Okay.
If a man pays all the bills, should a woman take care of the home?
I like how you just looked at me.
Well, look, I look at the man when I say the first half,
I looked at her.
and then I look at the woman when I say the second
all
half.
eyes on me. Like, okay.
Living life is a boss. Right. When I die, you and your toss player, the future's in your eyes.
That's funny.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't argue with that. If you paying all the bills, I'm talking about all of them. You paying mortgage, you paying car notes,
insurance.
you paying at that point. You paying all the bills. So you paying for me to get my hair done.
Oh,
Are
I
you
didn't think
paying
about that
all the
part.
bills? Like, are we doing all?
So now you got to break it down. You got to itemize
Are those
now.
bills?
Yeah, I mean they're calculated in my system.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Go talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, I mean they're calculated in my system. I mean personally, I'm not married. You know, if you're out there, how you doing? I'm just saying, but
I'm staying in your will.
Right.
But I mean, if you're paying all the bills, and then I mean, there's some arguments. Some men say they should pay all the bills, like the major bills, the mortgage.
The man should.
The man
The man
Some people
should,
say you
okay.
should split it. But if he's paying all the bills, I don't see anything wrong with you making sure that the house is kept. If he's paying all the bills, now there are variables. Like if you're both working and you both 9 to 5 or whatever, entrepreneur, whatever your work may be, should he have some responsibility in that too? So I mean, that really falls in communication. Like if you say,
Everything
hey,
falls under
and yep, I agree with it. It falls in communication. He said, "Hey, baby, I'm paying all these bills." As a wife, I'm like, "Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm
But
cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing it all."
But does that mean you're not working? You're a household technician.
But you know,
Then you got to change it because
You can give me
cancel
call, you
culture.
know.
yeah, you right. They cancel me, right?
You're a
I
household
mean,
technician.
Now,
Domestic custodian.
I like that's the one right there. Quote that.
Home manager. You know what I'm saying?
And then you got to factor in if you have kids. There's a lot of different factors here.
Some variables.
Yeah, very much so. Now, me per se, I'm not a housewoman type person. That's
So
just
you're
me.
saying you're not like the domestic.
I'm
type,
not
so to speak.
domesticated
Okay,
at
gotcha,
all.
okay.
Lord bless him, Jesus.
You don't
Pray
belong
I'm
to the
single.
street, do you?
No, I don't belong to the streets either.
Okay,
The streets
okay.
don't have me. The streets don't have me. No, I mean I can be. I mean I make sure my house is taken care of. That's why I don't think there's a
If he high
difference.
valued man, you say.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin.
But here's what I.
You take care of that kitchen.
Here's what I'm saying.
Appreciate you,
As
Mr. Sanders, for bringing that out for the high
Thank
value
you for
guys.
awakening our minds. You know what I'm saying?
my high value man taking care of everything, I don't have to worry about it.
Patch and weave, lady.
But okay, as a single woman, I would say I take care of my house. I make sure my house is clean. I make sure that everything is taken care of. I cook for
Right.
myself. I do all that.
Right.
So adding another person or even adding kids, you still want to take care of your home. And it depends on what kind of woman you are. So I think I'm gonna take care of my home regardless of if he paying all the bills or not. So I might put an extra shine. I might put some mopping glow on the floor if he's paying all the bills. You know what I mean? We might do a little extra. So I don't think there's anything wrong with making sure the house is taken care of. Now, if I your slave, no.
Yeah.
You know, there's a difference. Am
Right.
I the worker? No. I'm just doing what I should be doing for my portion of the household. That's my take on it.
Okay. P.
Well, if a man pays all the bills, should a woman take care of the home? I would have to say that's conversation.
That's conversation.
Because for each group or each person, it might be different. In my opinion, I would expect it, but I wouldn't expect it.
Yeah. I see.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
1,000.
Because
I do.
living by yourself, you do take care of stuff that need. Like you don't wait for somebody to come by the house and do laundry, or you don't wait for. So if I'm now
Like the depressed dude in the play.
right,
Clothes all over the floor.
clothes all on the floor, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But see, here's the thing. So, okay, we come together. If I am, then we're gonna live on what I can afford and do for both of us.
Right. Gotcha.
Right. So if we
So no
expand
Birkins.
that,
No Coach.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
be in that household.
Or Maz.
You know,
Okay.
if you want to expand that, then and you want me to continue that, then you need to be a praying woman that God increase my territory, because now I got more responsibilities. If you want to stay at home, do your thing, or whatever the case may be, right?
So, because we are talking about a man who works and pays all the bills, and a woman who does not work. And
I would
stays home.
assume that's what we would, because I mean, I probably would
That's
never be
why
in
I
that
say it
position. I would
depends.
assume that's the
Right.
position.
If she's working,
That's a different story right there.
But let's say if she is working, he paying all the bills, and she is working. What then should be her contribution? Because you're saying if he's paying all the bills, yet you still go out and you make your $60,000, $70,000, whatever you're making, and you bring home of the income.
Right.
What does that money do?
that money do
Is it
what
nest
they
egg? Is it rainy
communicate.
day? Is it?
I mean, it's what you communicate.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
I'm not married
Is it-
again, so
I
I
get to
can't
play
speak
with
on
it
the married
too,
life.
you know what I mean?
But I will say that, I'm going to have an account, you're going to have an account, and we're going to have a joint account.
Okay.
Now, the joint account is where those bills shall come from. If you want your personal account, if you want to go buy some Jordans,
But
if
is
you
he
want to go buy a
divvying up
Porsche.
your money? Like, in other words, if he's
sorry?
paying the bill from his funny how money changed the situation.
Yeah.
Is it come
That
again?
line was about communication.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. Well,
Miscommunication.
Yeah, the miseducation and miscommunication.
oh, come on now.
But listen, so if the money is coming from him, all from him to pay the bills, whether he got money left over or not, more money than money, right? And you're going to work, earning a living, and you're saying, but what does your money do? Does your money go into let's split it in half? I get to keep half, you get to keep half, or I give you a portion, I take a portion, and the rest goes into a nest egg?
I think that's a good point of communication. Are we going to invest some of my money? Is some of my money going to be used for our vacation? We're going to put this in the vacation bank. Are we going to invest it? What are we going to do with it? I mean, I'm still going to have my personal finances too. So if you're paying all the bills as a woman, if I want to get my hair done, my nails done, personal things,
I'm glad you
massages,
said that.
any of those things, which I do calculate in my personal budget as a woman. But I'm just saying, but if that's going to, and I'm personally, this is on a personal aspect, I've never expected a man to do that for me. So I'm pretty sure if you're paying those major household bills, I'm pretty sure all of that I can take care of myself. And It comes to communication, because we got to talk about that when we get married. Okay, you make this much, I make this much. You sure you want to pay all the bills? So you're gonna pay the mortgage. You're gonna pay. Is this include my car note and his car note?
Well, because wait, isn't it our car notes?
It's our.
See, my perspective is
you know
we're one.
That's true.
At the marriage place, we're one.
That's true.
So, because when you poop, I smell it.
That's
right?
true too.
We're one. So
Silver
everything comes into right. So everything comes into a pot, and we decide what we want to do with our money. Right?
Yeah, because I think the issue in whatever a lot of cases is we say mine's and yours.
Yeah,
and you're saying exactly what it should be.
Clearly, I'm not married,
which is
right. And you have
it's ours.
Because see, some guys will say, okay, well, you had that car note before you met me, so that's on you.
That's on you,
baby. I be mad about that.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but at the same time.
But that can still change. That can change.
Yeah. It still presents like what I thrive on is a oneness, right?
I like that though.
We make decisions together as to what we're gonna do. What everybody else is doing and what they're saying.
That's different.
Yeah, that's why I said it starts off with the communication.
She's like, but Cheryl and her husband.
It don't matter.
That's them.
That's their house.
And he married her, and
right.
that's their agreement.
They cool with that.
Or disagreement. Because you don't know what's going on when they close them doors.
Absolutely.
It could be a knockdown, drag out.
She might be be carrying all those expensive bags that he can't stand.
Exactly. Because he might see, $3,500 bag.
Exactly.
And think that's a waste.
Yeah. Especially when you only got $25 in it.
Right. $25,000 bag and be like, yo, 25 on that? Really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, on the flip side of that, if that was her lifestyle before she met you,
ooh, you got a point.
You understand? If that's
you have a point there.
If she was able to go do $25,000 bags before she met you,
right.
No.
She should know who she's marrying if he's still able to do that. Or if we come together as one, babe, I like to have these kinds of bags. Is that going to be a problem? Because she could be making more or bringing home the lion's share. You see what I'm saying? And now we have to come up with what works best.
Does it get redivvied?
Well, that's my question. That's why I said it has to be a conversation in the beginning. I said that too because you're paying the bills now. Because so at this point we're going off of your income, I would assume, because you're paying the bills.
Right.
So my lifestyle, if I'm making $100,000 a year and then I'm living in a $300,000 house and I'm driving a $60,000 car, but you want to be the one to pay the mortgage. So now do I have to live in the $100,000 home?
So you have to downgrade.
Yeah, am I going to have to downgrade? Or we living in my house? Like, is this a different? I think there's so many variables.
Oh, that's different.
Of the conversation. Like, that's the beginning. The initial conversation has to be like that's a detailed conversation.
How about sell,
merge? Yep, I'm with, and compromise is major.
We make what we want to see and do when we come home. Like, I ain't coming home. I wouldn't have a problem coming home with stuff that's in the crib that you purchased, but you bought stuff that you like and not stuff that we like.
You and him sat on that couch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I would
you and him
like that.
shared that bed.
No, that's true. But here's a flip side to it. If you making more than him, but he wants to be the one to pay the bills, but he only makes $60,000 a year, you make $100,000 a year.
So you're saying you don't want to move out of your $300,000
yes,
home?
But no, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the compromise.
Okay.
But at this point, if he wants to be the only one, because we're talking about the only one paying the major bills, now I'm going to have to be accustomed to his lifestyle, and he's not really accustomed to mine. And there's a compromise to a sense, but not really, because he just doesn't have the means to make that happen.
How about this though? How about it could, in God's eyes, create balance? What I mean is, whereas you're over in excess, and he is in lack, the balancing is this here. See, you have to be selfish. People use that word compromise. I like the word agreement.
I like that too. That's cool.
Because see, not every compromise, there's an agreement there.
Right.
And when you walk in agreement, you can walk together. But scripturally,
how can two
walk together unless they be agreed? So
right.
you'll have
they say unless they compromise.
You know what I'm saying? So unless you have that agreement, that is the one thing that tears up. When you're getting married, you agree to marry.
Absolutely.
So people get married to become one and then fight over which one they're going to become.
But I think you need to have this conversation conversation personally.
I like that.
You know
Yeah, I
what I'm
like
saying?
it. You need to have this conversation prior to marriage, though.
Absolutely.
That's the thing,
Oh,
too.
yeah,
That's the thing. Like, you have to have this. I'm not saying yay or nay. I'm
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
these
I'm
are
with you.
hypothetical
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
situations.
Right.
But I'm just saying you need to have this conversation before you need to know how much he makes before y'all get married. But
Yeah.
you need to figure out what kind of lifestyle that y'all are going to be able to have
Yeah.
before you get married. And if he's that type of man who wants to pay everything and you're okay with that, then you need to know that there will be some changes. Like, that's up to you,
but,
though.
But maybe
Anything's
that may
subject
not
to
necessarily
that's
be
true, though.
changes. Let's say if his money is enough for the
Okay, that's
you
different,
can-
yeah.
your home. Let's say it's your home
Right.
that you already living in, and he's going to move in your home and move out of whatever. So he can make enough. He makes enough to afford where you live, but then that's probably just say that's it.
Right.
Now, what do? Do you say, well, everything else is a free for all?
What do you mean free
Like
for all?
your monies.
Oh no,
like-
I would not. I mean, personally, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be like, okay, my money's my money.
No. I'm
It's in
saying it's
my
free for
account.
all. You saying no? Do you?
No,
because you
do
pay
you.
for all this.
You pay. I mean,
rinse
if
and
you
grab
pay
as
for
you
that,
see fit.
yeah. I mean, if you paying the mortgage and the house note, I mean, the mortgage it's the same thing.
Yeah,
You pay
yeah.
the mortgage and the car note. Well, let me pay the utility bills. I think there needs to be some type of compromise, but it all depends on of all the bills. What is all the bills? Are we talking about major bills or are we talking about all the bills? It's subjective.
That's
What
it. That's
are
it.
we
Oh,
talking
I
about?
think this all.
This is
Yeah,
all.
he's paying all the bills, so
All
he can
the
afford
bills.
to pay all the bills in your $300,000 home, but he can't afford to do anything else. So that means
Meals, hair.
or anything,
that's-
trips.
Well, I feel like that's
So
where
that's
my
where
money
you-
should come
right,
in.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I won't
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
baby, I know you can't afford to go get that
Good
haircut.
luck.
You out here looking like a wolf. Like,
that comes to one.
He got to hit me in the
Because
bathroom.
if a person don't, I've heard people use that same scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, so why are we still using my instead of our?
Mm-hmm.
that's true too. I like
'Cause
how you
see-
throw that
see,
in there.
Like one person doing 75,000 a year, and the other person they're limited.
Mm-hmm.
They're $75,000 limited, but they're limited, right? And one person doing 40 a year, they're limited to that 40.
Mm-hmm. To the 40, right.
But it's still 40,000. But these two people together doing
got a
right
buck
at
10.
110,
Yeah.
120.
But here's
What
the
can
thing.
two people on the same page do at 120
Mm-hmm.
that the individuals can't do with
Individually.
their 75 individually.
But here's the thing: at that point, he's not paying all the bills. We are paying the bills, and that I'm okay with. But I'm just going by the question. I'm
Absolutely.
definitely okay with putting it in the pot. You take your little money, I take mine, do a little personal stuff. But
She said you take your little money.
no, I
call that little too.
no, y'all, no.
Brother,
But
you
I-
average at best.
Oh my God!
She said you take your little money.
No, that's not what I meant. Was
Go
we
on,
put
get your
our
hair
bulk
cut.
of money in the joint
In the
savings,
joint.
and then what you take, I take my little bit, you take your little bit. Don't be trying to take my stuff out of context.
right.
Brother, my brother, you watching right there. You are average at best.
Right.
Where's my high value man? I'm not gonna fool with y'all today.
That is too funny.
Now, what makes you a high value woman?
All right?
She said, I make my 6 figures.
know.
I made that.
I'm doing
I
my-
qualify.
But you ain't bona fide.
Before y'all go in, y'all, these is hypothetical, y'all. Before you,
yeah.
oh my gosh, before
Relax.
y'all, it's a joke.
Relax.
It's conversation, y'all.
Relax.
But you know what? There are some scenarios or some cases to where, in all things, humility is required.
Absolutely.
Because life can change like this. Right? I've seen it.
Oh.
Last dollar situations that turn them, I might as well just play the lottery. And then boom. And not tell the spouse nothing.
Yeah.
Baby, when you coming home?
Still go home
Put your mother on the phone.
You ain't never come home no more.
and live the life as if nothing.
Ooh, that's
Oh, that's
tough.
foul.
Ooh, that's real.
You
foul.
saying that the man hit the lottery, got banked now, ain't telling the spouse anything.
Live the regular life.
Well, you know what?
But
She
what he
doesn't
do with
ask
the-
enough
what
questions.
he do with the money?
It just sat.
He just hoarded it.
It just sat.
This-
Whenever he needed or wanted to do something special.
He just peeled into it.
Baby, what you?
Well, you know, I did a little overtime.
Well, she didn't ask enough questions. She didn't have enough
but
investigative measures because
Yeah, if you go from Ross bags to
Ooh,
Birkin,
girl, you got to look at
But if
the.
you live the same.
if you live the same.
Oh, but something's gonna change. He used to get that haircut every 2 weeks. He started getting that haircut every week. You got to look at
got
the
a chef.
details, my girl. You got to look at the detail. Like, okay, I see. I see.
I would think there's something
you're
with-
in the vein to where you feel like you make so much more that whatever, you're not paying attention to that stuff because you into most times I've seen they've just been too into themselves.
Now you can't be. You got to. Ooh, no,
See what I'm
my
saying?
mother
So
taught
before
me.
you- before you
paying attention.
Right? You got to
before
pay
you go
attention.
down them roads, you understand what I'm saying? Then those conversations need to be had.
Absolutely. That's why I
You got
said.
to have those conversations.
My
You
big-
got to be talking about it. If you're not talking about it, you're not about it. And then at some point you're gonna have to be about it because it can't frustrate you. I tell people this when they say they want to get married, because I was okay. So, can you honestly say that you can be with this person where they're at right now if they
Either
never
way,
change?
male to
Oh,
female.
that's it, right there.
Male to female,
That's
either way,
it. That's what if they
if
never
you
change.
can accept
Say it. Preach
what
on.
they're making now,
That's it.
because they might not be motivated like you, right? But you love this person, so now you might be able to motivate them, but there's no
No,
guarantee.
you know.
Or
I've been
maybe
there.
they,
I've been there.
or
I've
maybe
been
they,
there.
or maybe they match.
But you've been there with the person you was there with. Because see, different women do different things.
With
That's
different
true. If
people.
I'm not the one for you, then I
Absolutely.
can't motivate you. You right.
Exactly.
Speak on it. I already know that.
That is that thing.
She said, "Speak on it."
I forgot my towel.
Preach.
But I'm just saying, these things need to be, these conversations need to be had.
Absolutely.
And we would see less and less cases where people talking about we grew apart. No, you didn't. You didn't
start off
communicate.
together.
You didn't talk.
Yeah.
So when I hear words like compromise, we don't compromise. Well, everybody don't agree. Compromise don't equal agreement.
That it certainly
Yes, I
does
like
not.
that.
You know what I mean? So
because sometimes
you
you
have to
just
put-
conceded.
You just conceded.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, I tell you what. Let's put this in the parking lot. Let's not talk about this right now. Because with all things, we want to be able to talk to each other with respect and honesty and be loving. Even if you're getting on my nerves, I want to be able to explain something to you that it won't damage what we really have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It won't break the foundation of our friendship.
Yeah.
So can we put this aside? Now, as it pertains to that money, people get real funny about that money. You understand? Like, I respect those who go off, do the college ordeal and go and do. And so in a million years, I probably wouldn't expect to be with somebody like that. But to be with somebody like that, that's humble enough to know that anytime God can flip a switch and change lives, not even just for lottery or it just might be. You know, these fishermen were out all night fishing and didn't catch not one
Not
fish.
one thing. Yeah.
So regardless of what you know how to do and how you do and how your degrees is flinging on the wall, they look real pretty up and down that frame. You understand what I'm saying? There are people that with doctorates and stuff that don't have jobs in their fields.
Oh yeah, I know.
True that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you've been fishing and you caught nothing. So humility and conversation has a lot to play with how I think, families get down, especially when it takes their money.
I think it's communication. I think you said a great point. You said friendship, and I think that's an element that's being missing in a lot of conversations. And a lot of it's time. I could put this on my generation. I'm this way. I can talk about. We're pressured to get married. You're getting old. Your eggs is gonna be dust. You know all that. And the dust.
She gonna be old spinster.
So you skip the whole friendship element because you like, hey, I just want to get married. He gonna change. Like you said, he's not gonna change. She's not gonna change. But he can't put it on the.
Shoot, I got somewhere to stay.
Right. So, and then my mother called it pillow talk. We talking about having those conversations while you laying there, you just talking and you grinning. Ask those conversations. So, are you good with your job? Do you want a promotion?
Diversify your
Are you
portfolio?
really good?
Diversify your
Do
What's
you
your
have? You
401k
gotta know.
look
Do
like?
you have the drive? Like I have the drive. That personally, I do have that 4-year degree. Shout out to Prairie View A&M. So I'm gonna say, hey, do you have the drive that I have? Are we on the same? Are we on the same level? I do have standards. Now, not that anything, but some things change. Stuff that can change in the
blink
of an eye. Literally, I'm not gonna follow. I'm not gonna be like Kevin Samuels and put my value on that high dollar.
So if God sends you the man that's not degreed,
I'm okay with that.
that's let's say more than or half at what you make,
I'm okay with that.
and but God sends him and says you submit to him. That means your total person, because you can't submit if the money you make don't submit.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm not hell bent on the money. What I'm bent on is your drive. So you've got to have, and you've got to be worth.
But hold on.
But my mixtape, though.
I'm saying, God said, as a believing woman, God said to you, That's him.
But God made me, and God knows who He made. God is not gonna send me the man who I married. Trust
But
me,
that's
I'm
not
know.
to say he not gonna come, but
Right.
it just may not be sent by God. That's all I'm saying.
Now I'm gonna say if he's not sent by God,
Yeah,
I'ma
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I'ma trust me. I talked to G. Me and him got a relationship. I'ma know. He knows
Yo,
who
Jay,
he
what up?
knows his child, and he knows who he makes. I'm really not big on the money. Like, don't get me wrong. I love nice things. I have a
we
certain.
all do.
Absolutely. I have a certain way of life, but
Yeah, I got
I am not. I'm not.
$12 worth of gas
Right,
today
right.
instead
But
of
I'm not.
$7.
I promise you, I'm not bent on the type of money he brings in, but I do need you to have that drive. And I'm big on the communication. I'm big on the friendship. I'm really big on that. Like, if we have that communication, we have that friendship,
Yeah.
that can carry us through the time I don't like you.
Right.
I still love you, but
That's what
I don't
happens.
like you right now though.
Right.
You
I
stay
really-
down in
like, I
the
can't
you
stand
stay down
right
in the
now.
basement right now because I don't feel like seeing you.
Yeah, cause see that I don't like you translates sometimes as I don't even like the money you make. And so the adversary has that way of getting into the heart. That's why I
They
say you
can,
gotta have
possibly, yeah.
You gotta have that line of communication to where each one of you know what's most important to the other. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of there's a billionaire. I think she's in Africa, a woman,
You go, girl.
and she's doing her thing. And you know what this woman said. When I read the article, I was like, trying to hurry up, copy paste, and screenshot and do all that. She said, "I am submitted to my husband. Period. No, the reason why I'm blessed the way I'm blessed, I had a business." And God has blessed me by the way I handle my husband. So the $1 billion pales in comparison to the rewards that I've gotten from being submitted to my husband. And he don't do nearly as much as me. He don't have to do nothing now. Oh, they was giving a woman flack that retired her husband. He was a police
of
officer.
course.
I'm not
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
That was crazy.
Was
Come
that
on,
Tabitha?
Tabitha Brown, that's my
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
Leave
yeah.
You
her
see what I'm
alone.
saying? But see, if you listen to the culture that's out there, yeah, women's live. But as the lady Shabazz was saying, like, you know, they had the sisters fighting a white woman's fight. It was
Oh,
the
yeah,
white
I saw
women
that
Oh,
clip.
they've
Yeah.
always been on our backs.
Yeah,
the whole
you see
civil
what I'm
rights.
saying?
I was
Cause
like, we
see,
can do it
We
too.
was just like y'all, right? That was their fight. They was tearing the black men away from the black women. You was already free. I mean, you wasn't free to the degree from the white
free.
man like they were. You wasn't free.
Right, yeah.
But you was already broken. You get what I'm saying? So these types of, I think, conversations, especially as it pertains to money, because now some of us is getting to the point where we doing good by ourselves, right?
Yeah,
But if you
that's
look
culture.
at some of the housewives shows and things
Oh,
of
Lord.
that, if you see how
I don't know if that should be what you use as your barometer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But they still on after 10,
It-
12 years.
it's
'cause
good
somebody's
Somebody
for
watching.
entertainment and it's good for what it is in its
junkie jump.
for what
That's
it
what it
is.
is.
Yeah, but I don't know if you should use that as the.
But people do that.
But
with
people
that.
do it. Of
But
course they do. I
Memes,
get
movies.
it.
You remember watching a kung fu movie? You come out,
Oh, kick! Yeah.
Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? Boys in the Hood was
True
one of
that.
those movies for me. I was waiting for somebody to say something to me after I left Boys in the Hood.
What we
And
say?
they killed Ricky, man.
So you was feeling
Ready
out.
to kill everybody.
Look, while you was feeling out about Ricky, I was like, dang, I wish Lawrence Fishburne was my dad.
You see what I'm saying?
So I had a whole different perspective. You know what I'm
Saw
saying?
what you were going through in life.
That's his point.
Yeah.
That is the point. Different views.
Y'all killed Ricky, man. That ain't right.
Man, ain't
man.
right.
Ricky ain't did nothing to nobody.
But here's the
Wanna see a
thing.
dead body.
Yeah, y'all want to see a dead body?
A lot of women, well, I can only speak for a lot of women, we want to submit to our husbands. The problem that we have, and I'm already, as I tell people, I'm already the head of my household. I own a home. I'm already the head of it. I don't want to be. This is not the life. Nobody. I don't
A
want
lot
to
of
be
single women say that.
Yeah, we
that's
don't. We
doing it.
want to. Like, I want a man to submit. I'm cool with that. I mean, but the thing is, I think, and that a lot of women fall into the fact is that you've got to be worth submitting to. Now, the worth is subjective. What do you put into
That's
that
what I
worth?
gotta say.
Let me ask you this.
It's like saying what means the world to
Yeah,
you.
right.
To you.
This is what dawned on me. This is what dawned on me when you said that. It's a very good and valid point. Could it be that God is training you to maintain a home?
That's something.
So the man that makes what he makes comes in and you can manage all of everything properly.
Well, you better speak.
So if he comes in and he's able to take care of everything because you've been taking care of what you've been taking care of for the length of time that you've been taking care of it, now he's taking off. Oh, you ain't got to worry about putting no more oil changes. I got that from washing your car or doing, paying the lawn care service because you've already learned how to manage.
I'm tired of paying them, Lord.
And he comes in now. You know how to manage instead of $100,000 a year. Maybe now you know how to manage $175 a year or $135 a year.
That's
But
the word.
some of those needs that y'all, I hear single women like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't just gonna. You can't. Cause see, sometimes y'all are put into a life. Don't tell me you're a queen until you birth the king.
Yes, okay.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of times, like, you turn your nose up or down at whatever, and that's, you could be turning away the
greatest thing, yeah.
all things through prayer and supplication.
I don't know about all that. I'm very.
She's like, hold up.
As I've gotten, and as a younger person, I'd be like, oh no. Oh yeah, as a younger person, you couldn't tell me nothing. Right, straight out of college, you can't tell me nothing. I'm at the peak, like I'm doing it.
I'm at the pinnacle.
Yeah. As you get older,
75 years old, like, damn,
you gotta find that. It's so crazy. I see so many divorces. It's like you gotta find that right pick for you. I see so many people who are just settling, and then when they get married, they're like, he wasn't the one, but he was around and he smiled, and I smiled at him, and
he smelled good.
Yeah, he smelled good. And look at us now, we married. It's like the Lord has to like literally tell me who my husband is at this point. But that's
where it gets murky.
It is where it gets the part.
It gets really murky in that,
like,
because
I want to submit Jesus, but
we want to say we hear. We want to say that's God. We want to. Me personally, I can say that when it comes to when I say I heard God say, and I'm talking about when I say I heard, I'm not talking about when it's like, turn right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about, it was like, if I said something to you right now as I'm talking to you, you're like hearing it.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
And I won't necessarily say what it was. Well, yeah, I will. This is back in the day. I'm saying, back when I was living, you know what I mean? I was about that life. And I remember we was at this hotel, me and these other two dudes, New York cats. And I'm sitting on the bed. The hotel had like a kitchenette type of thing. So they was in there, you know what I mean?
That's what
they were cooking.
They was making us.
That's where it goes down. That's where it goes down.
Like it's stir fry.
Yeah. Right.
And so I'm just sitting on the bed chilling. And out of nowhere, I heard, don't you know they can kill you right now and nobody will know? And that's as clear as I heard it. And I just sat there and it was like, whoa.
Reality.
It was just it was all that's all it was. Within maybe a week, we fell out. It wasn't no like that kind of fallout. It was just like something just ended the friendship, the relationship,
right.
to where I wasn't dealing with them no more.
Right.
But that voice, I'm just saying that to say,
got to get that voice,
I knew I
clarity.
heard it.
Right.
As clear as I heard it. And then there was another time. But so I think sometimes when people are hearing things, sometimes they think
it's not the voice of God.
Right. Or they hearing the feelings. They're hearing I'm tired. They're hearing I've been working all my life, I had to fight. You know what I'm saying? So when they hear one thing that says, and you like, you get what I'm saying? And you go with it. You know what I mean?
I think you was gonna say something?
No. I'm agreeing.
Me fully accept. I think once you start getting into that place, you start having to look at, I believe, 2 Timothy chapter 3. And I tell this for women all the time. How I know if this, and the third? Go read 2 Timothy chapter 3. And read and see what he says, the type of men that creep into houses and lead silly women captive.
Say that one more time.
He creep into houses and lead the type of men.
Oh, got you. I got
creep
you.
into houses and lead silly women. captive.
Right.
Right. If this man has these qualities and capabilities, they ain't come from your father.
All right, I hear you.
You feel what I'm saying? And for the dudes, they be like, man, I just don't know when. Go check out Proverbs 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You know what I'm saying?
Read the book.
Yeah. I don't send nobody to Proverbs 31. You know why?
Because they will only read the second half.
We only start at 10. 1 through 9 is a whole
That's
other
what I'm
subject.
saying. We read the whole second half.
If you read 1 through 9, you'll understand that was the king's mama giving him words.
They was talking to somebody specifically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't even send him that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
She said he.
yeah. But she did give him some strong words
Yeah,
from 1 through 9.
Yeah.
For real.
Right.
And you can, fellas, you can take
You can
1
chew
through
on
9.
that.
Yeah, you chew on that, right? But leave that 10 through 31 alone right now.
That wasn't for you.
That wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It just sounds good to say.
Right. It sounds good to say. But there are ways to know whether or not he's sent from the God that you serve. Right. So, because some situations they're arranged, and some of them stay together long because of the influence of their parents coming together and saying, your son is going to marry our daughter. So that tradition, and then they get over here and get Americanized. They be like, wait a minute, I got choices. Right.
Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, I got choices.
Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Right. You in America now.
Right?
Free. Yeah.
You treat me like animal.
Treat me like an animal.
Right.
You was butt naked on the zebra last night. I'm a American woman now. Hey, you want what's coming to me?
What's coming to me? I want half.
Half.
Absolutely.
I want half. Yeah.
So, but if the woman is the breadwinner, could you still be submissive and define in your what you understand to be
that's a good
submissive?
perspective.
Submissive.
Hallelujah. What you,
Oh, he won't do that.
no.
Right.
My Lord would not be joking, though. He would not
Stop
see me
playing,
a
stop
man
playing.
Yes, I would be. Like as I spoke about earlier, it's all about the drive and the communication and all that, what we've built prior to marriage. So yes, I think that there is this. How do we have to be learned too? It's a
will it get tiresome for him to come and keep asking you for money?
Hold on, that's part of being submissive.
Well, I'm saying, what I mean by that is, if you are the breadwinner, that clearly means you make the more money, right? I'm not saying he's not making money, but let's say he's putting his money into the bills along with you, even though you're the breadwinner. 100,000 versus 45,000 is different.
Well, here's the thing. I think we spoke about this earlier about this joint account, about us putting all the money as being ours. So I don't think he would have to come ask me for money.
That's what I'm saying.
And I wouldn't want to hit that man's
emasculate.
ego like that. Yeah, I wouldn't do that to that man. No, absolutely.
against
Like, hey, you need a haircut. You know what you know. No, I would not. you better grow a beard. No, I know.
Gee, you need to be taller than that.
What's for dinner? He don't even feel like sitting at the head of the table. No,
I would.
Babe, can we get cheese on those whoppers?
Excuse me, kind sir. Kind sir.
Somebody ain't getting a big piece of chicken.
I work for this.
Let me tell you something. Like
How
we
you
say.
get 6 slices of pizza?
Right.
No, because
funny.
because another woman will submit. So no, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm just being real. Now, if I love him and we've come to our conclusion
No,
and all
if
that.
you do, that's why you with him.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
because we've
She
come
said,
to
if
this.
I love him
I'm
now.
sorry, we've
So
come.
you be with somebody you don't know what you love?
No, y'all, God dang it, y'all done messed up my whole.
I know you eclectic, but
You gotta at least love him, man.
Okay, I love him. Okay, I love him. We've come to our decision, whatever. It's our money. So no, I would not. I mean, I'm gonna swing off chandeliers for him, just like I would swing off chandeliers for somebody who made
what's up.
100,000. So no.
40 or
but we've
100.
got to come to this, understanding. We've got to have our finances right.
Right,
though.
right, right. Of
You know,
course,
we've
yeah.
that's got to be a. Now, if you coming to me for money and you got your little bit on the side, I got my little bit on the side, and we got ours in the middle, then I don't know why you.
You still
then what you
running out.
doing? Then what you doing with your money?
You
Now,
you blowing the budget.
now we asking more questions, but I don't see
Absolutely.
anything wrong about if we've come to the decision that we both working though, but I'm taking care of the household. And I'm still submitting. You still the head of the household. I
Yeah,
still expect
yeah.
you to be the head of the household, but I do want you to know how to be the head of the household.
That's a strong statement, especially when there's a decision being made and it's a financial one and you don't necessarily agree
Like,
with
I
it.
don't agree with that.
So
But
E,
knowing that-
I
Oh,
got
they
a
were everybody
question for
jumping
you.
up on me, huh?
E, I got a question for you. Can I borrow $40?
I ain't got it.
How much you make?
I ain't gotta submit to you.
You ain't.
I need a haircut.
You ain't my husband.
I need a haircut.
You more like the has been.
I got this interview on Tuesday. I need a haircut.
But
Got a meeting at the record deal.
But these conversations are major
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you going
that-
into this.
that is
You already know that you already when you meet him, you already know that you
the
can make.
one thing you don't want as either partner or spouse, right? You're up here, this person here, one conversation or one just happy stance at Kroger, and now it's this. It don't even necessarily have to be a lottery card. It could just be an
anything to
opportunity
change.
waiting. And then now, I've experienced this. And then now, here, and you're here, and
Wait,
that-
which one are you?
you know, let's say male to female. We're talking about
Yeah.
So here, and then a meeting, and all of a sudden this person goes from here
Absolutely.
because somebody saw potential and saw value and saw whatever, and now this person is here.
that
When
drive.
this person was treating that person like they wouldn't have.
That's why you
half
can't do
another.
that.
Oh, gotcha.
And now this person here, and they're like, no, we gonna do this the way that it's been doing, because that's the way your heart was designed. That's how you had it set up.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, you see what I'm saying? If you can't submit to a man, MAN, all caps, when he's here, regardless of where you're at on the scale, then you don't deserve that man when you're here.
Right.
I think. You see what I'm saying? And vice versa. That works both ways.
I will
agree. I agree
with that
Dude,
100%.
it's like if you don't love that person where
They
they
are.
Regardless.
That's
at that
it.
moment, whether they change or if they never get another raise on their job until Jesus come back, if you can't love them the way that they are, where they're at right now, because guess what? The money that they make ain't them. The size that they are ain't them. I know I lost 57 pounds last year during the last 3 years of 2020. I went back to the building. They was like, where the rest of you at? You see what I'm saying?
And let us know when
And I'm-
Sean get here.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Filling in for him today.
Yeah, because see, you can be unrecognizable in the.
That's a word right there.
You can be
Unrecognizable.
unrecognizable just like that. And so now all of a sudden, where the man was coming in, he might have been making, let's say, every 2 weeks he bringing 2,000. And so now that 2,000 done flipped to 6,000 every 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. So whereas he was making 4,000, now he's making 3 times as much. Now he's making 12,000 a month, but he's only required to match what you match or put in what you put in. You see what I'm saying? And let's say you was doing, 8. So he get the hoard 4 every month.
Right.
But when you come together as one, you'll know it. There's a vibe when you know that I know 100% that this person is not going to blow the money. I know 100%, but that comes from conversation and watching patterns.
Absolutely
and
that.
even though, okay, God, I know you said this, my dude. And okay, God, I know you said this, my woman, right here. Okay, don't worry about that, son. Whose strength is it? So can you turn loose your 80,000? Because you might make 80,000, but a person that's doing 35,000 could be doing a lot better than you because they a lot better with money.
With money.
money,
We'll speak
right.
on that. Yeah,
That's
that's a
important.
whole other subject, right? That's
definitely
important.
But
yes.
but in that you're learning who's weak in value, weak
Exactly.
here, strong here, weak
Exactly.
here, strong there. So if your strong suit, if my strong suit is the cooking, the man, and you say, but that ain't my thing. I'm not gonna sit there and push you in the kitchen,
Right.
I'm like, well, I don't think you
Not
better
if
figure
you
it
want
out.
to take food to taste good.
Well, that and I know the strengths.
Right.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
exactly.
I'm gonna play
That's
to
the-
it.
and that's through conversation.
Yeah.
I think that's
That
why
makes you wise.
Yeah,
that makes
very
a wise
much
couple.
so.
Okay, baby. Look. I'm not good with money. I can make it. I'm not good with it.
But you,
My grandfather
but
used to
you-
come home and give my grandmother
The whole check.
Yeah, and
Here,
she
babe.
did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
they had an understanding though. They had
yeah.
that conversation.
That's
That
the
goes back to
conversation,
that. They
right.
already
Yeah.
knew.
He got his liquor now. You know what I'm saying?
That was
He
my
said he
liquor
had
first.
one
Had to
too
get a
many-
liquor.
I was gonna say he had one too many liquor. And one day he like, I'm finna lose this woman. Look here, baby, this what we
He
gonna
had
do.
to get his bottle now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have average 1 bottle per every 3 days. Payday, I'm gonna get me 2. Put me a little
gonna eat
something to
good.
the side. We're gonna eat good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you take
But I
care
think,
of the rest.
there has to be a balance somewhere there. That
All
definitely
that-
has to be a
listen,
balance.
The way that God got his message to us is through communication. Whether we agree or not with the communication, that's on us.
Prayer is communication.
Prayer is
Absolutely.
communication, right? So husband and wife must go through those same lines.
Absolutely.
You got to talk about any and
Yes.
everything, especially money, because infidelity and finances are the two biggest
major
reasons
things, right.
why people get divorced.
Right.
And more often than not, it's communication that kills
That's
both.
it right there.
See,
That's it.
if that was the thing. Oh, well, money and infidelity are the reasons why. No, it's communication. That's what kills a relationship. Because as soon as you stop talking,
there it is.
money start being different. Faithfulness start being different. And the assumption is you don't love me
and the
like you
deceptions of it all kicks in. Yeah, because you're not telling what you spent the money on.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, all those kind of things.
Baby, here's $100. Go to Walmart. Okay. Go to Walmart. There's a receipt for $98.22. It's only $75 worth of stuff here. Where's the receipt? Like, what's
2 gallons of milk.
Yeah, you done got the cash back to do.
That's funny.
The hustle. Listen, man, the hustle is real.
Yeah.
Like I tell my son, and it's hard to hustle me, yo. And I ain't trying to whatever the whoop de whoop.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if you manage the money and say, baby, we got 150 dedicated to this. Now you can't be no lazy partner. Whereas like at least once a month or every 2 weeks we sit down and look at what's going on,
Absolutely.
so I know what's happening. I can see the receipts of okay, well, this 2 weeks. Well, you get paid twice a month or every week. That should be your home is like a business, right? You want to set that home up as to where that CFO is going to talk to that CEO after a while about what's happening with the money. And the COO is going to talk to the CEO and the CFO about what's happening with the operations. You got to have that monthly, hey, babe, this is where we at. This month, we got $200,000. All bills are paid, and this is our bottom line here. This is where we're at. What do you suggest? Where do we put money? Do you want to invest over here? We got stocks here. That's doing pretty good, but I think we ought to sell that. And see what that does is...
And negotiate that. Don't just be like, well, you do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You got some input.
You got some input.
If I marry you, that means I value what you have to say.
That's it right there.
I value what you have to say. I value your thought process.
Yeah.
I might not have to value the way you do money if I'm good at managing money, but I value your thought process because you might be bad at managing money, but you might have some dynamite ideas that can get us more money.
Yep.
You understand
Together,
me?
Absolutely.
If you're looking from a prideful and ego place, then you're going to miss an opportunity.
Right.
The blessing ain't always found in look at a diamond. You don't just get a diamond because you went into a cave. You got or gold. You got to dig. The mining is there.
Yeah.
That's where that value comes.
And then once you get the little rock, you see a diamond when it first come out, it don't look like squat. But in the right hands of the right jeweler, it can turn into something.
Yeah, no, you own to something. I mean, you just can't place everything. You can't place everything on monetary value.
Yeah, of course.
You can make $100,000 a year, but it depends on how much you in debt. Like and then your debt becomes my debt. So I mean, it's so many variables.
It's so many variables.
You cannot put all value.
It's not a
on
blanketed
money.
thing.
It's not. It's absolutely not.
Yeah. All right. So what's your final take?
I mean, hey, women submit to you. No, my thing is, I'm all about women submitting to their husband. I'm all about submitting to your husband, but it's all about building that friendship initially. It's all about the communication. As my mother says, it's all about that pillow talk when you sitting there, hee, ha, ha, and have some real conversations. Learn about his debt. Learn about her debt. Learn about her patterns, as you said. Learn about all things about this man or this woman before you get married. So when you get in, of course, some things are going to change, but you've already got a foundation prior to your marriage. I think that's so important. And then this marry somebody who's worth submitting to, not a monetary value, but somebody who is worth submitting to. Your drive matches their drive. He, like you said, he might be making 35, but his drive is going to have him making 200 in the next 5 years, 200,000 that is. So I'm just saying, hey, I'm with.
He keep getting fired. Baby, don't marry that man.
Bling bling.
But it's okay as a breadwinner, and I would say initially as a breadwinner, or initially, or if it stays the same.
Yeah.
Either way, it's okay to submit to your husband, in my mind.
P.
Oh yeah, of course I'm gonna say it's okay.
Bow down.
Hey, what you for? I ain't bow down.
Case closed.
Yeah,
That's
right.
it. We can wrap. That's But I do believe that in leadership you would want somebody to follow you because of who you are and not what you are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. So because I'm a husband doesn't necessarily mean that everybody in my household has an example of what a husband is. Because when you're a husband, you're a farmer. In other words, this field is mine. Look, Adam got put in the garden to dress and keep. And it didn't rain because there was no man to till the garden. So initially, God's plan was for the man to work, cultivate what he had given him, right? And be mindful of any outside circumstances that may come into that garden. So subdue. My thought is, what would he have to subdue if they was the only two
nobody
people?
there? Yeah.
What would he have to overcome?
Right.
What would he have to? Obviously,
Like, you hear that?
God,
Right.
right. God knew that it's something there, and it's that unseen. People say, "Well, you know, if it's a serpent, do you always hear the adversary? Do you always see the adversary?"
He's too
when
cunning
tempting
for
you
all
with
of that.
something?
Yeah.
You know, he just snake. Oh, that's peculiar. They was used to seeing snakes, right? It was a voice, and so those voices have a way of attacking or getting in. I learned this as a husband when I was one towards the tail end of that. Is I have to learn how to talk to my wife more than the adversary, but I also got to give her space to hear from God for herself.
Ooh, that's it right there.
You understand what I'm saying? So in that submissive, you got to be. I'm just gonna speak to the men. You have to be an example of what Christ was to the church, because he submitted himself, and he submits to us when he listens to us and do what we ask of him sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So that level of balance of estrogen and testosterone has to be there to where you understand, if this woman is willing to give her whole life, like her entire life, and bring it to you, and do what Ruth did to Boaz. Y'all want y'all Boaz, but you got to understand what Ruth did. Ruth uncovered his feet, and that's symbolic of her saying, "Redeem me."
You own something.
That's what she was saying. That whole act was saying, "Redeem me." And he said, "I got you covered." So it's more so a redemptive story more so than a love story. And there are certain practices that go in there. I say women, submit to your husband. God will bless you.
Absolutely.
Even above him, what he can do. He may use your husband, or he may do other people. You know,
Right.
he says, press down, shaking together, shall men give
Give
unto
unto
your
your
bosom.
bosom.
When you glorify God in your submission to your husband, regardless of what he makes,
there is favor.
God will bless. Yeah, there's favor there, and God will bless you regardless,
Absolutely.
because you're doing what God is asking of you to do.
Mr. Dirty, got a take?
Goes back to what y'all was saying earlier about communication, because communication is key. I put it like this. Even when you have like little arguments or disagreements with your spouse or a significant other, the moment that other person stops, fighting or just arguing back with you, they're already gone.
Yeah.
Yo, absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're too tired to just go there with you. They're already gone.
Yeah, they found their peace.
Yeah.
And that's a scary place in a relationship
Absolutely.
Yeah.
when the other person not even
When
willing
she
to.
or he give you that and just walk off.
They're
it's
not fighting for you anymore.
That's it. You
They ain't fighting with or for you.
with or for you. Now there's a way I'm gonna fight with you, and there's a way I'm gonna fight for you.
Right.
But those things are contingent to
Right.
to a degree, if you understand what I'm saying.
Finish or we done.
Right.
I'm done with you.
That's funny.
That's facts.
Oh, three of y'all. We about to get out of here. But no, that was good. That was a good take. I agree. I mean, he has to be someone that you would be willing to submit to, because he would have submitted himself to God.
God,
Or
absolutely.
Christ, as Christ has submitted himself to God.
That's right.
And communicate, y'all. Talk. Remember Boomerang when Martin went up on the roof with Eddie Murphy and
Let's talk,
he was
man.
like, talk. Yo, man, talk.
I love that scene.
So you gotta talk, y'all. You gotta talk.
Listen, the whole relationship started with communication. Hey, you, what's up?
You're right.
So why we stop doing that?
When
in
we stop
relationship?
talking, yeah.
When do we stop doing that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You communicate if you're on Facebook or dating app or Tinder or Splendor or whatever, Black Love and all these other stuff. You communicate when you hit that check or
Hit the
slide
check
to the
button.
right.
Yeah.
That's talking right there.
Yeah, you like, hey girl,
what's
hey, how
up?
you doing? When you in the be sliding the DMs, that's
Yeah,
communication.
that's talking. Why you gonna stop what initially got you started?
You got you started, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
anyway.
That's what's up.
The G-Way Podcast with Deacon Dirty.